Good morning. Welcome to day 126, August 13th, 2026. Just finished up a little breakfast at the Cowboy Cafe. That was tasty. Very popular spot. So I don't have a whole lot to do today, which is nice. I can just relax. It looks like today's also going to be the day for the foreseeable future with the most chance of rain, so it's good that I'm avoiding some rain maybe. Walking to the grocery store to see about maybe getting some wraps and figuring out what I can take out for the first couple of nights. And that is about it. I just gotta maybe see if I can get a ride back to the trailhead tomorrow without hitching. So that's pretty much all that's happening today. And we'll see in a bit. I'm thinking this might be a good day to kind of do a state of the thru-hike, see where we're at mileage-wise, figure out maybe how long it's going to be to get to the border. So when I get back to the room, maybe I'll start looking at that and just do like a little breakdown of where we're at right now and what the forecast is. All right, I picked up a couple things at the supermarket, but they also had some decent postcards. So sending out postcards to my new grandson, not so new anymore, huh? One to Mom and one to Sarah. So they'll be getting some Wyoming postcards. It's been a while since I've sent some, but honestly, the postcard selection in some of the towns just hasn't been great or any at all. So there were some good ones here. Gonna head back to the room. The only thing I need to do is figure out dinner for tonight, but otherwise I'm set. I've got some wraps and I'll heat up some frozen chicken breast to make some wraps for the first couple nights on the trail. Getting excited. Gonna be in Yellowstone National Park in a few days. So yeah, just gonna relax and stay out of the rain. Maybe go grab a beer later. So there is a shortage of one thing in town. Propane canisters, just regular sized ones. The hardware store has the massive green Coleman ones. They're just huge. I got one small one, the last one at the outdoor, kind of like a little gun shop. But everywhere in town is out, so the bubble took all of them. I'll be fine. I have an extra regular sized one I've been carrying just because you never know in town when you might not be able to get any fuel. So I always have an extra one on hand. So I'll be using the extra one on this trip, and hopefully I can just get another one at Yellowstone or the next town. So yeah, other than that, everything I need I've been able to get, and it's all been pretty walkable, which is nice. All right, relaxing in Dubois, Wyoming. I've got a pizza for tonight for dinner. I got some wraps and some chicken breast, cheese and barbecue sauce. I'll make some wraps to take out on the trail. It's a little rainy today. I think it's going to be a little rainy tomorrow. There was one trail angel from last year who was doing rides, but I reached out to him. I don't think he's doing rides this year, so we'll have to go with the hitch again, and hopefully, fingers crossed, it'll work out without too much of a wait. But before I wrap up for the day, I thought it might be fun to take a look at where we're at on the thru-hike. So we're at mile 1,928 on the trail and have 1,110 miles to go to the border, and then a little bonus hiking into Canada, but not really. I'm not counting that. So my average miles per day so far has been 15.3 miles, but that also takes into account my 0 days where I stay in a hotel or Nero days. Um, so that's just average miles per day, whether I'm laying in a hotel room or not. And that's been pretty consistent for a while. I'm averaging about 18 miles a day on the trail. Um, so, with all that kind of stuff in mind, if I average 15.3, it'll take me about 72 days to get to Canada. Um, so, that's with stops in town. If I average 18 miles a day, it'll take me about 61 days to get into Canada. And then, however many days are town days on top of that. So, probably somewhere around 60 to 70 days is a pretty good estimate. So it's the middle of August. So that puts me at the border somewhere around the middle to the end of October. Um, so I also plugged in a bunch of mileages for all the towns coming up that I'm going to resupply at and the border. And I'll just throw that up there real quick because it's interesting. Hopefully those dates get a little earlier, but yeah, that puts me at the Canadian border on October 19th in 67 days. So let's see if that works out. You can see all the other towns I plan to stop at and how long that's going to take. So my next town will be West Yellowstone um, in about 9 days, which is pretty much what I had planned for. So that is the update, and we'll see you tomorrow back on the trail.